Welcome back, lost travelers. It seems you found your way back to me once again. I am Dr. Whisper, and it looks like your next appointment has just begun. So, pour yourself something strong, grab a snack and settle down by the fire. You're going to need your strength where we're going. Some things you can never unsee. Some nights you can never forget. My name is Marcus, and what I'm about to tell you is the absolute truth. 3 years ago, something broke into my house. It wasn't a burglar. It wasn't a wild animal. It was something that shouldn't exist, a creature that walks on 2 legs, has the head of a wolf, and possesses an intelligence that still haunts me. That night, I lost my best friend, and I barely escaped with my life. This is my story. It was October 2021. I was living in a small rental house on the outskirts of Traverse City, Michigan. The house sat on 3 acres of wooded property, isolated, quiet, exactly what I wanted after leaving the chaos of city life. My best friend since childhood, Devon, had come to visit for the weekend. We'd known each other for 20 years. He was like a brother to me. That Friday night, we did what we always did. Ordered pizza, played video games, talked about old times. Devon was crashing in the guest room downstairs while I slept in the master bedroom upstairs. It was supposed to be a normal weekend, just 2 friends hanging out. I should mention that for the previous 2 weeks, I'd been hearing strange sounds at night, scratching around the property, heavy footsteps in the woods. My dog, a German shepherd named Zeus, had been acting weird, refusing to go outside after dark, whining at the windows, staring into the forest with his hackles raised. I'd chalked it up to deer or maybe a bear passing through. I was so wrong. Around 2:30 a.m., I woke up to Zeus going absolutely ballistic downstairs. He was barking with a ferocity I'd never heard before, not his normal alert bark, but something primal, terrified. Then I heard it, a sound that made my blood run cold. Something was on my porch, heavy footsteps, but not like a person walking. These steps had weight, power. I could hear the wood creaking under whatever it was. Then came a sound I'll never forget. Sniffing, deep, deliberate sniffing, like something was tracking a scent. I grabbed my phone and pulled up my security camera app. I had a camera pointing at the front door. What I saw on that screen made my hands shake. There was a creature standing on my porch. It stood upright, at least 7 feet tall, covered in dark brown fur. Its body was muscular, almost human-like in posture, but far more powerful. And its head, God, its head was that of a massive wolf. Pointed ears, elongated snout, and eyes that reflected green in the camera's night vision. It wasn't looking at the camera. It was staring at my front door, cocking its head like it was listening. Then it did something that proved this wasn't just an animal. It reached out with a clawed hand, 5 fingers, opposable thumb, and tried the doorknob. When it found the door locked, it released a low growl that I could hear through the walls. I immediately called 911, whispering into the phone that something was trying to break into my house. The dispatcher told me police were on the way, at least 15 minutes out. 15 minutes might as well have been forever. I heard Devon's voice from downstairs. "Marcus, what the hell is Zeus freaking out about?" "Devon, lock your door right now," I shouted. "Don't come out." But it was too late. I heard the sound that still echoes in my nightmares, the explosive crash of my back door being ripped off its hinges. Not kicked in, not broken, literally torn away from the frame with such force that I heard the wood splinter like it was nothing. Zeus's barking turned to yelping, then went silent. The creature had gotten inside. I could hear it moving through my house. Its claws clicked on the hardwood floor. It was sniffing again, hunting. I heard furniture being knocked over, the sound of things being torn apart. It was searching for us. Then I heard Devon scream, not a yell of surprise, a scream of absolute terror. "Marcus, help me! Oh God, what is that thing?" I'll regret what happened next for the rest of my life. I froze. Every instinct told me to stay in my room, to hide, to survive. I could hear Devon's door being destroyed. I could hear him screaming, pleading, and I heard the creature. It was making sounds that were almost like words, guttural and low, mixed with snarls. The screaming stopped. The sudden silence was worse than any sound. I was still on the phone with 911 crying when I heard the stairs creak. It was coming for me. I looked around desperately for a weapon and grabbed an aluminum baseball bat from my closet. I know how pathetic that sounds, but it was all I had. The footsteps stopped outside my bedroom door. I could see the shadow underneath, massive, blocking out the hallway light. Then came that sniffing again, right at the crack of the door, and then it spoke. I know how insane that sounds, but I swear on everything I love, this creature spoke. It was a broken, gravelly voice, like someone who hadn't used their vocal cords in years, but the words were clear. I know you're in there. My door didn't have a lock. I watched in horror as the doorknob slowly turned. The door opened, and there it stood in my bedroom doorway. In the dim light from my phone, I could see it fully. 7.5 feet tall, covered in thick matted fur. Its face was canine but wrong. The snout was shorter than a normal wolf's. The eyes were positioned more forward, more like a predator. They glowed amber in the darkness, fixed directly on me. Its mouth was slightly open, revealing teeth that were easily 3 inches long, stained with blood. Devon's blood. It took a step into my room, and that's when I saw its hands. They were enormous, tipped with black claws that looked razor sharp. One of those hands was dripping. Why? Do you run? It said in that horrible voice. You smell like fear. I don't remember making the decision to act. Something in me just snapped. I screamed and swung that bat with everything I had, hitting it in the shoulder. The bat connected with a solid thunk, and the creature actually staggered back slightly. But then it looked at me, and I saw something in its eyes. Not anger, but amusement. It had let me hit it. It was playing with me. The creature lunged forward and I dove to the side. Its claws raked across my back, tearing through my shirt and skin like paper. The pain was instant and searing. I scrambled past it and ran for my life, practically falling down the stairs. I made it to the destroyed back door and ran into the woods, not caring about the darkness, the cold, or where I was going. I could hear it behind me, heavy footfalls, branches snapping, that low growling getting closer. I ran for what felt... This is my story, this is my truth, and I'll carry it with me until the day I